Welcome everyone. This is part 3 of the video introduction to Studio. Today we're going to be talking about how to make a video quiz using Studio. So let's go ahead and get started. So first I want to do is go to Studio on the global navigation bar. So I'm going to go ahead and click into there. That will bring me to my Studio. And so just like in video 1, we discussed how to download and collect those videos. But just as a recap, right, I could click here on the plus sign and I could either upload a video that I already have and store it locally on my Canvas, or I can pull that video in with a URL from YouTube. And I can also collect my videos in folders. So I have several folders here and then a bunch of videos down here that have not been organized yet. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to pick a video and I'm going to build a quiz. So what I would want to do then, let's just pick this one right here. Here's a video that I want students to watch, and I want to build it in as a quiz. All right, so I would hit the 3 dots there, and it says create quiz. So that's what I would do, create a quiz. All right, so then I would entitle the quiz whatever it is. So I like connecting it to wherever I'm going to put the quiz, and you can write multiple quizzes on each video as well. For the different level of students. So say you want to use the same video, but you want to make an advanced quiz and a lower end quiz or something like that. That's fine. Just know that whatever it is, you would have to assign it to the whole class because it'll be an assignment if that's the way you're going to do it. All right, so then right here then I'm just going to make something up. So it's going to be 3.4 video quiz or something. Okay. And I'll actually designate what class, AP US History. Okay. I could add a description there if I want. Now, here's an important question though. It says hide question markers on timeline for students. So if I don't have that toggled on, what it means is that it will show the students on the timeline where the questions are. Now, the problem might be that students will just skip to that question and skip over the other parts of the video. I like hiding the questions so that when students are watching the video, the question will pop up. But again, that's up to your preference. So I'm going to get started. All right, so now what you'll see is I'm going to be prompted to watch the video, or if I already know where I want to ask the questions, I would move the cursor over to it. All right, so I might watch the video and then I would hit pause wherever I think is appropriate and I would want to add a question. So let's just skip ahead hypothetically that I'm going to add a question. So I'm going to hit pause here. And then you'll notice here that it has a plus sign. So I'm going to hit that plus sign and it says, okay, well, what kind of question do you want to ask? Do you want a multiple choice, true and false, multiple answer? All right, so multiple choice is the typical choice. Here you would say something about the video, right? Whether it's application or just accountability for them paying attention, right? You might ask your question stem there and then obviously put in your options. And you can add and add whatever it is. And you would pick which one's the right answer. You can shuffle the choices if you want, or vary the points by degree. So say like this is almost the right answer, so maybe I'll give 1 point. And this one will be 2 points because that's the right answer, but then the other ones are 0, right? So you might give 1 point for the distractor or something if you write multiple choice questions. All right, so that's what you would do, right? You can also give some feedback. So you would give this prompt for a correct answer, right? So I would maybe explain why, right? Or I might give them some encouragement if they got it wrong. and then obviously provide some general feedback as well. So that's what I would do, and then I would hit save as the question. It would save right there. Obviously I didn't really, I guess I could actually write, so test question, this is just obviously an example, right? Test B, right? Something like that. So there you are. And so there's my question, right? So I hit save. So you can see there's a little pencil right there that has the question. Now, obviously, if I had made it so that students could see it, right, they would see that little question mark on there's a question right there. So it depends on you, on what you want to do and what you want students to see it. But whenever I'm done, then I can hit done. Right now, obviously, I can hit that gear to change any of the stuff that I had already made, or I can delete that quiz. So right now, obviously, I made that, and then I'm going to click done. Okay, so there is my video quiz, and you can see there's a little rocket ship right there, and so I know that that video is a quiz. Now you can see I can add another quiz if I wanted, right? Some other, so maybe I'm using the same video for 2 different classes, or whatever it might be. Maybe a remediation quiz. I don't know. So whatever your fancy might be on that. So now the question would be, how do I get this quiz into an assignment? That's the key here. All right, so let's go to a class, right? And so since this is my AP US History class that we're talking about, I'll go to that class. So let me go to my modules, and I'm going to play with an assignment that obviously I haven't published yet. So let me go down to Unit 3. Let's just say that it's going to be in this assignment, 3.3 RCQ. Now, obviously, I would name it whatever the video quiz is. All right, so I'm going to edit this. I would obviously have different instructions there that would deal with the video quiz. But let's say I'm going to put this quiz in right here. All right, so I've got nothing else there. I know I want to put this quiz. Now, before, when we talked about embedding videos, either to hold students accountable by looking at the data or by looking at having a discussion board, I would just click on that tool right there. All right, but this is actually going to be a quiz. It's going to be a means by which students submit it, right? And so I need to go actually when I'm done typing out my instructions, right, I want to go down to submission type. And so here, I want it to be, it's not going to be online, it's not going to be on paper, it's going to be an external tool, right? So I click on this. Now this is obviously more an advanced technique, but there's a lot of really cool things to do with external tools. Today obviously we're focusing on studio quizzes. So I hit find, and so then under that then I would select what tool I'm looking for. So there's lots of different tools. Right, the one that I want to use is called Studio. There we are, Studio. So it's going to launch into my Studio, and it's going to ask me what video I'm selecting. Right, so we made this video, right? I want to click in here. You can see it's a rocket ship, right? That's the quiz. I want to select that. So do I want to allow comments, right? And that be, no, this is a video quiz, right? So video quiz embedded. Right, so here I get to toggle on whatever video quiz it is, right? I only have one on this situation, so I do that, and then I would click embed, right? And so there we are. I got to hit select though to be done, hit select, and there we are. Now it's not going to show here, right? I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and then we will see the quiz. Okay, so once that refreshes and saves, we're going to see that it's going to be at the bottom. Here it is, right? So this is what the student will see. APUSH 3.4 video quiz, get started, right? And so this is what the student would see. They would say get started, right? And then they would take the quiz, right? So it would play, and then it would pause whenever it gets to it. All right, and so what's nice about this though is that, well, the student will take the quiz, and then it will automatically go right into their grade book, which is easy. I mean, obviously, it's not easy to write quizzes necessarily, It is a little time consuming to write multiple choice questions, but it will grade itself and it will go straight into the grade book. All right, and so in any case, I don't remember where that was at, but when the kid is done, the student is done, you're going to see that they're going to have their quiz results and they'll be able to look at that. Now, the question is, what does this look like in real life? Let's take a look in AP World History. This one, 1.3a, CVQ, Sufism. So this assignment, I named CVQ because it means a comprehension video quiz. I've started using the naming convention video quiz. It doesn't really matter. So just to click on that then, here's the assignment. You can see that I gave some basic instructions, my objective, but you can see here the video quiz itself. So 1.3 this says VQ video quiz, Sufism. So this is what the student would see. So if they click get started, the video would start to play, and then
in March 2016,
questions would
India
pop
hosted
up.
its first, but while the
So here you can see that the question 1 of 4 popped up. It stopped the video, and so I obviously would be prompted to respond. The questions I asked here were more comprehension. So I'm going to go ahead and click that as my answer. Now, if I click rewatch, that will bring me back to the beginning of this section. But let's go ahead and push continue.
of Sufism of worldly clothing. By about
So you can see the next question. It says, why did Sufis wear wool? All right, I can't remember, so I'm going to click rewatch.
Sufism are inherent in all versions of Islam.
And so you can see that it brought me back.
To spirituality.
It brought me back to that last section between the two questions. That way it can get students to engage with the video in a different way. So now that I'm at the end, you can see you finished the video and answered all the questions. Submit quiz. It'll then immediately prompt me to be able to view my results or to retake the quiz. So let's go ahead and view results. So here I can see my own, right? I got 75%. So obviously I can see the total right for myself. My own answer, I got 1 out of 4 correct. And I can go through and look at my answers. Now, though the important thing here though is that 1, the grade goes right into the grade book. As a teacher, I can see the insights, right? So this is important to me. So as a general trend, I can see what's going on with everyone. But if I click on a particular student, right, I can see that they watched the entire video or that they didn't, right, that they clicked off of the video and jumped around, right? So I can see this person jumped from this all the way to the end to finish out the video, which makes sense because it was 4 questions, right? And I had the 4th question somewhere here, so the student knew that they could jump over to the end. So it might be a good reason to add a question at the end. If you click on mine, you can also see that I jumped around, and it shows that I jumped around, that I didn't actually watch the whole thing. Now, obviously, for the quiz results, I see I could see the entire class, right? So I could see the overall trend. And I can also see individual students as well. Now, maybe to get a better picture, right, not quite in the assignment, but if I go down to Studio in the course navigation, not the global navigation, so that when I click on Studio in the course navigation, which is down here inside the course, that way it shows me the videos that are already in this course, right? So Sufism here, if I click on this, I can see the quiz results in kind of a better breakdown here rather than cramped down in that tiny little box on the assignment. So I can see that overall right here, that's what I have, right, in terms of standard deviation, things like that, how kids did, and I can look at a detailed grade report on how many attempts the student took, because it's formative, right? So here you go. Here's a good example, right? This student took 2 attempts, right? They got 100%, right? So it's formative. So it's just to hold them accountable as they're going, right? And it gives you the total amount of time that they did. Okay, so you can see that attempt number 1 was never completed, right? Looks like they started it and didn't complete it. Attempt number 2, though, they got 100%, and that's how long it took them. All right, so again, useful information, useful tools. The grade went right into the grade book, and it's an awesome way to hold students accountable to actually watch some kind of video that you pulled from YouTube, either through Insights or through the quiz. But also, if you record your own lectures, this is a great way to take polls, to take quizzes, right, in the midst of your lecture as well. All right, so that's going to be the subject of video number 4. So that's part 4 of our studio series, when we talk about how to record your own screen and to record your own lectures using Studio, and it goes straight into Canvas, ready for you to integrate right into an assignment. Thank you for watching.